Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Confessions. I'm your host, Nikki G. I would like to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and listening to me today. Today's topic is so important yet overlooked. Self-care, proper nutrition, and exercise. Now, I get it. Many of you run on empty, forgetting to refuel your mind and your body with the proper things. Life can be chaotic and you just busy. Well, today, that's going to change. I want you to commit to yourself that as of today, you are going to prioritize your well-being. It's not negotiable anymore. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Today, I brought in a professional guest to help us with this journey. Colin, hello.
How you doing? Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. And
Now,
you?
I'm doing well. Glad you're here. Glad you're going to help us with this journey here of wellness.
Happy to be here.
He is a personal trainer. He's going to help us with our nutrition. And also, he's been my accountability partner. You think he won't stop me and say, hey, did you do something this morning? What did you do? And we need that on these type of journeys. We need someone to hold us accountable. Sometimes we don't hold ourselves accountable for things.
True, very true.
What else can you tell us about yourself?
Just that I'm a trainer, but I don't really think of myself as a trainer. It's basically something I do every single day that I live. I embody this thing that we call life, and I love it so much. I don't want to die. I just don't. And having diabetes and being sick is unacceptable. And I was diagnosed about 5 to 7 years ago. But before that, it was a longer time that it was going on, and I didn't know because pretty much like everybody else, I hate doctors. And I didn't want to take pills and all that stuff. And the diabetes runs in my family. And I didn't get it. I am 59. I didn't get it till I was 52.
Wow. So is that what sparked your interest in this area?
No. I was always fit and healthy. I run marathons. I do Ironman. I do half marathons. I've done over 45 marathons and over 100 half marathons. And pretty much I work out literally every day. Sometimes I don't know when to stop. I am also ADD, so I understand that. And the first thing in the morning as I wake is to thank God and go and work out. Everything else has to wait. Doesn't matter what it is I do, my workouts come first.
Prioritize.
Period. It doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm out there. If I'm doing a 20-miler, I'm up at 3. I'm running at 4:30, watching pigs, cougars. I'm in Terry Hershey, in Katy, and I've seen some animals that are not indigenous to this area. And people want to know how. I said, well, when you go at 3, these creatures are nocturnal. And when you see them and they see you, they leave you alone. But I'm still scared. But I still go out every weekend looking for an adventure. My brother said I'm going to die one day.
Look, the animal's like, well, he out here with us, so oh well.
Exactly.
But it's important to prioritize what is important in your life. Like I said in the beginning, we go through life. Yes. A lot of us, I got to go to work. I got to go get this money. Or, I need to go and do whatever it is besides taking care of yourself.
Yes.
A lot of people used to ask me when I would get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, how do you get up so early? Because I prioritize.
Yes.
I learned to prioritize things in my life, period.
That is correct. That's exactly what I did. At one point in my life, I ran high school track and college. And then after that, I was so good, I didn't have anybody to train me. I was constantly being coached. And this is part of the technique that I've learned. We all need coaches. We all need somebody to sometimes put the gauntlet down on us because we don't know everything. Mm-hmm. And me, in my knowledge and what I know, I don't like coaches, what I call red coaches, meaning you read from a book and you haven't actually done the work. Because I'm at a part that sometimes when I do the work, I want somebody to know how I feel. And that's very important, because if I'm running, and I don't know if anybody knows what a 4-minute mile is or a 5-minute mile, even at the time when I was running a 4-minute mile, my coach would tell me stuff and I knew he didn't know. And the reason why I knew he didn't know, he never passed the 8-minute mile. But he's telling me, and I'm running a 4-minute mile, and I'm like, dude, you don't know what it feels like. It hurts. It sucks.
Yes, it's important for me when I do shop around, or I've shopped around for a personal trainer, that person holds me, looks at me as an individual.
That is correct.
Don't put me in a group and all of us are doing the same thing.
That is correct. That is the one.
Because
of my
all of
pet
our
peeves
bodies are different.
That is one of my pet peeves. You have some of these trainers that are book read, and they've never lost or gained. They had to lose weight. They've never gained more than 10 pounds. I've gained 100 pounds after college. I went up to 260. I'm 165. 165 on a good day, 168 on a bad day, and I'm 6 feet tall. But I know what it is to lose 100 pounds.
So you think it's a difference between a coach and a trainer?
That is correct. I am what you call a hybrid.
A hybrid?
Yeah, they have names for things now that I'm learning. Just like my training is hybrid training, my coaching is hybrid.
Explain.
I am basically all rounded. Also, like they call it these days. What is it called? That person that helps you with your life.
Me, a personal development coach.
Yes, that too. All of that is intertwined with the personal training. And when we get your body right, we got to get your money right. Yeah. They intertwine because one sort of overlaps into the other. Because if you're training and you're worrying about your money, you're not spiritually connected to you. You're leaving pieces of you out, and you're somewhere in the money realm. So if you get your money right to a certain extent, you could pretty much train all day.
It's true, and I had to learn that too. Like, oh, we'll charge this much. I'm like, I can't afford that. I learned I can't afford not to.
Exactly. But there's also that thing that people say, how much you charge? That's the first thing people always ask me. I'm like, how much are you worth? And they have no answer. How could you not have an answer for something that you love supposedly the most on the planet? And you don't have an answer. Somebody like me comes up and asks you that, you should have an answer quick. And most people are just dumbfounded.
And for me, you can really find out if a trainer really cares or they just want your money. Because if that person can give you an answer off the top, then it's just about the money.
Exactly.
And if they give you an answer and they say, well, you know what? If you can't afford that, how about we break it down? They try to make a way to train you because it's coming from their heart and they really want to do it.
I do that all the time.
Yes.
I say, I'm at this point. This is what I charge. And then I go, what are you worth? And I can't afford it. Okay. How about we do 2 weeks, 3 weeks at this? And okay. And here's the deal. Even though you're paying me for 2 or 3 weeks at maybe 2 or 3 hours, I am not one of those trainers. Once you're gone, I leave you alone. I don't trust you.
Accountability.
I'm looking at you right now. I've seen your work, and it's not pleasant to the eyes right now.
Yeah.
And for you to be pleasurable to me, you're gonna have to account to me every single day. So what? You're paying me for 3 days. You got 4 more days in a week. Do you just eat 3 days or you eat 7 days? Mm-hmm. And we're going to go on from that. So how do you expect? I'm going to be like your mama. I'm going to call you up. What are you doing? What did you eat? How did you sleep? What's going on in your world? Did you have a fight with the husband? Time to get up. The kids are bothering me. You got 30 minutes. Let's do this. But I'm not training you, but I am.
All those things matter. When you get ready to train and you're real serious about it, all those things matter simply because you won't get in a good exercise when your mind isn't in it.
That is correct.
So it's important for me, for someone like calling to hold me accountable.
That is correct. So when
Nikki, what did you eat today?
that's
and if
when
I start
met her.
looking crazy, you already know, well.
You're looking for the signs. You're
Yeah.
looking for signs of
It's
why
important.
you're tired. What's going on? Did you work hard? Did you eat this? Did you eat that? And then we start doing everything. Everything is connected. And the being that you are, sometimes you're so lost that when this person comes up to you and starts telling you these things, you're like, oh my God, I can't hide from him. Why are you hiding? He's there to fix you. He's there to help you. And most people want to run and go hide, but they want to change. So how could you want both? How could you run and hide and then still want to change? That's a conundrum. You just basically don't know what you want. And the person that is the trainer has to be ready to come full in on you to fix you and to help you come out of that and then leave you alone. And you'll take it from there. But you got to get to that point, and somebody has to make you accountable.
Yes, it is so true. And my previous trainer, she's still my trainer. She could look at me and tell when I done ate something I ain't had no business. She looked right at me. Like you said, that's my mom, my gym mom.
Yes.
What you had, Nikki? I'm like, nothing. She No, go over there and do an extra, 10 minutes on the treadmill or whatever. She knows.
Yes.
They know you. Once you get a personal trainer, that's why it's called personal. Yes. They know you on a personal level to a degree.
Yes.
They
can tell by your mannerisms, the rolling of your eyes, you're looking up, looking around, but you're talking to the person's just staring you down, basically into your soul. And you're like, oh God, I can't hide.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so tell us. I have a question.
Go for it.
What do you eat that you know you don't have any business eating every blue moon?
I am a sweet tooth person, extremely. Always is, always been, and chocolate is my thing.
Chocolate.
And the way I have to eat chocolate now that, I won't carry my A1C up or my blood levels up is, and I, this is why knowledge is beautiful to me. I have to eat a salad so my body can be ready. And it's very interesting. Well, your body should be ready. No, not when it has these diseases in you. You have to have a process. And the process is, once I eat salad and some fruits, I can eat my chocolate. It doesn't carry my blood levels up. Not as much. It'll carry it up a little bit, but not as much as if I just picked it up when I used to be able to and just eat chocolate, 1-2 bars at a time. I used to eat 6, sorry. But
Wow.
I am over the top. I'm all or nothing. I don't do in between well.
Extremist.
I
For me,
am
I'm the
extreme.
same way. I'm either all the way in
Yes.
or all the way out. And for the past 6 months, I've been all the way out of there. So now I'm back in. I understand. And that's a lot of us in life.
Yeah.
We either all the way in, especially with diet and exercise and self-care. You either all the way in or you all the way out.
That's the reason why most people always ask me, how do I do it? I said, I want to live. And I want to live well, because it had a point where the diabetes got me where it sucks all your energy. It sucks all your energy. And I would do 5 or 6 miles still, and then I would go home and sleep the entire day. Not only that, it knocked out my sleeping habits where I couldn't go to bed at night because I couldn't sleep. So I started figuring out how to try to combat this thing, and it was all about eating. It doesn't matter how much you work out. You have to learn how to eat to properly strengthen your body to do all the things you want to do.
So let's talk about nutrition. Now, growing up, we was always told, eat a balanced diet. Things that will fuel your body to get your body to do what it needs to do, like you just said. But what is a balanced diet? Do we eat chocolate and meat? Is that balanced?
No, it's not.
What do you consider a balanced diet?
Well, basically, like even this morning before I came here, I had salad. I had salad, kiwi, fruits, and I had 6 eggs. And in the diabetes area, you can eat as much protein as you need. Sometimes I won't pass now that I know the system. And that's what everybody has to recognize is the system. Your body needs fuel. It's like that car that you're driving. Most people in Houston will take care of their cars. Don't touch it, don't spit on it, don't hit it. But they would put or consume a considerable amount of alcohol. Alcohol is poison. And I know they're going to light up this, whatever that, he doesn't drink alcohol because he's a trainer. I stopped drinking alcohol when I was 19. I was a drunk that would fight. First time I fought, broke my arm. Second time I fought, I broke 2 ribs. I'm like, this is not for me. And that was in a span of 8 months, and I was in college. I kept going to the infirmary room, and the nurse said, you need to stop. And that was it. That was the last time I drank alcohol. And now I'm 59. It didn't work for me. It didn't pan out for me because my body just didn't like it.
That's the next step you should take. Once you decide to prioritize your health, you have to self-evaluate.
That is correct.
What am I doing to my body? What am I putting in my body? What works and what will not work? You have to decide that.
Yeah. And it's just like we just said, where I was going with the alcohol thing is in your car, why don't you put half a cup of water in the gas tank? You put alcohol in your body, put half a cup of water in your gas tank. And everybody's going to tell me, heck no, I won't do that. But yet still, they'll sit up there and drink alcohol. Makes no sense. Now, I understand you want that taste, but you can fight that and get it in other ways unless you're looking to check out. And a lot of people want to check out, and that's what the alcohol does. But that's the reason why you won't put water in your gas tank, because it's going to make your car check out.
Yeah, true. When you're struggling with certain things, especially with alcohol, and that's deeper.
Yeah.
You have something internal, like an emotion or past trauma or something like that you're dealing with. So it's important that you self-evaluate, self-reflect, and deal with those things.
Yes.
Because you can't keep on, as Colin said, putting alcohol into your body.
And then wanted to live a great life. It's not going to work.
For me, I had to rethink how I looked at food or what I thought about food. So this is what I did. Before I eat anything, or before I ate anything, period, I would ask myself, what is this food going to do to my body? Is it worth me eating it? What is it going to do for my body?
That is exactly what I do every single day.
And that is a habit that we need to form.
Yes.
If you're going to take this journey for,
Yes.
this is not a diet. I'm talking on
Yes.
lifestyle change.
That is correct. That's how I
This is
eat.
not a diet. I'm not speaking on people that's like on the cabbage diet and all that. We're not dieting around here. We're doing lifestyle changes.
That is exactly
from
what
the
I
inside out.
I basically love running. I love my speed. I love the distance that I can go at my age. And, you hear so many things about running. Oh, it's going to mess up your knees. Oh, it's going to do all these things. Yet still, actually last week I started back my speed training with my endurance, and I got up to 48 miles. Wow. And that was the first week. It's about to get crazy because at one point I was doing 100 miles a week.
Wow.
For over 6 years. And most people might not know times, but I'll still shoot it out there for you people because I do have a little ego and I like to brush him every now and then. At 6:25 a mile for over 10 miles, that to me was pretty impressive, but it took 100 miles a week. And I'd like to get back to that at this age and see what happens. But 48 miles last week. This week, I might go up another 6 or 7 and start, hanging around 60, 70 again. but it takes a certain amount of eating. And like Nikki just said, you have to figure out what is going to fuel you to do life and do your activities. And that's what I do when I'm eating. Okay, I am not I really don't like salads, but I love the energy it gives me as a diabetic. So if I know that the salad is doing it for me, I'm eating it every day. I'm mad, but I'm eating it.
You don't question it anymore. You
No,
don't
I
worry
don't.
about the
I
taste
don't
or what
worry.
it looked
I
like.
don't even do taste, which is what most people don't
Yes.
understand. I don't do taste anymore.
Yeah.
I do fuel. This is what is going to give me what I want. And the fact that I can buy clothes off the line and not really go wear it, try it on, it's a beautiful thing.
Those green leafy vegetables
Yes.
are miracle workers.
Yes, they are.
Colin used it for fuel, but I had high blood pressure at one time, and they kept telling me that my potassium is off. I'm like, why is my potassium off? I'm eating a freaking banana. But then I realized that is not enough potassium to do anything.
Right.
So I started eating like 3 to 4 cups of salad a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I would put a pack of tuna on top. And people would look at me like I'm crazy. I was like, well, this is my tuna salad.
That's right.
But my tuna salad going to do something different than all that mayonnaise and stuff you putting in your tuna salad.
That's everything Nikki's saying is what I do.
And it everything, my numbers even out.
Yeah.
To this day, even though I done fell off the wagon a little bit, it's still even because I still would find the time to eat that, little salad.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Most people say, how do you do it? It had a point where when I started, I used to write stuff down. Now I don't have to. I can just look and tell. Just like they have certain apps that you take pictures and you can know your calories, your protein numbers and whatever. My eyes are my apps. I know I can eat this much salad, then I'm looking for the veggies, and then I'm looking for the protein. And the best part is I'm actually a meat eater, but I'm also kind of a vegetarian.
Well, this in lies the next question. Well, let me back up. So eating a balanced diet, from what I researched, requires carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, and anything with vitamins and minerals. So vitamins and minerals come from fish and eggs. And I really didn't know why I was eating the fish and eggs, but I just knew I needed it. But now I understand the omega, what is it?
The omega-3 fatty acids.
So when I go into the store, I no longer look at those $1.25 eggs, or maybe they don't have those anymore. I'm paying the $8-9 for those eggs that are full of the omegas and things that I need to fuel my body.
Yes.
So you have to reprogram the way you shop, the way you think when you're going to take this journey. Healthy fats.
Yes.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Now, what kind of nuts? I like pecans and I like almonds, stuff to that nature, but I don't know which.
Walnuts are number one. And the reason why walnuts are number one, it has the fatty acids and it's brain food. Everybody you meet, oh, I'm smart. Yeah, okay. Don't get some nuts and see what happens. You have to prioritize. So I have in my salad walnuts every day because I'm protecting my brain. And then you go down the list. That is number one. Cashews, I have some of that. Almonds is also another one that's actually very good for diabetics. So I always put it. So I make a priority of putting certain things. And when I go on flights, I'm always carrying a bag of nuts because I'm not paying $8 for something that's $3 in the airport. I'm also cheap. And that just gets on my nerves.
So that's an example of healthy fats. I do the same thing. That's why I'm laughing. I got some nuts in my bag right now. Protein. I was always, everybody's different. Go see a professional.
Yes.
But most people, I think, are under like 90 grams of protein maybe.
Yes.
That's like just a general number.
Yes.
But see your doctor. But protein, chicken, turkey. That's what Two things came to my mind, chicken and turkey.
Tuna, eggs, they are all proteins. And getting back to what Nikki said about the balance part, if it's not a protein, it is a carb. Your salads are carbs.
Really?
Your body uses it as such. So now you're not getting the amount of carbs that you would get from bread and rice and pasta. And if you know marathon runners that run, you'd hear them saying, we got a carbo load and all that stuff. I kind of debunked that. You do not. If you are vegetarian, some of the best runners or the long distance runners that can run 400 and 500 miles are vegetarians. They don't eat meat. All they eat is salad. So they're basically getting all their carbs from salads and fruits.
So carbs.
So I had to
salads.
so I had to learn that because I was a big bread eater. Oh, I love bread. Not no more. I will do, that's one of the reasons why I do my salads. And my workouts are 2.5 hours long.
For those that are just
Every
starting,
day.
don't get deterred by what he's saying. That's what he does for himself.
That's correct.
If you're just starting, then just try to mix those things together.
Right.
Just as Colin said. And I myself, you don't necessarily have to do a salad. Maybe salad is not your thing. You just have to figure out what is your thing, but mix those ingredients together so you can fuel your body. So he has a salad with some type of
Protein.
healthy fat.
Yes, and protein.
For me, I may cut up an egg in my salad,
Yes.
egg and the nuts. And then I'm mad because I'm so full because I can't finish it because of all the protein.
So what
Yes.
you do is you eat one of these things that we call, rabbit food. But most people that don't.
That's why them rabbits jumping too.
Exactly. Anybody ever try to run a rabbit down?
Exactly. Yes.
So basically, you eat your rabbit food and go work out and see how much energy you have. Do the test yourself. Or eat your bread and your pasta and your rice and then go run and see how long and how much energy you have. The difference is when I eat my salads, within an hour and a half, I can run. When I eat rice and bread, it takes me 3-4 hours.
Like a weight.
Exactly. So why would I want to do that when I want to go, just like everybody else and get it all? I don't have time to wait. So basically that salad is already empowering me in more ways than I thought. And I had to figure it out the hard way.
So let me ask you this. Growing up, we was always taught that we should eat breakfast. We got to wake up and eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. However, do you still feel that way now that you learning your body differently or?
Actually, yes, because the way I train and the amount that I train, if I eat small in the morning, at night, I am looking for cookies, chocolate, everything. The way my body's set up in the night after 9 o'clock, and this is why I try to go to bed at 9:30 every single night, I become a monster. You can't stop me. I can't stop me. All this discipline I have goes out the door. And I'm up all night because a diabetic, I have to go to the bathroom because I'm eating garbage. And it becomes you just basically peeing all night because there's sugar in your blood because of how the body is processing it. So I have to get up and eat big first thing in the morning. And then after my workouts, I have to eat even bigger to slow the process down, which is basically I am a king in the morning, a prince at lunch, and a pauper at night. And that's how you eat because your body, it works with the circadian rhythm, which is the sun and the moon. As it's going down, you need less food. You cannot be eating too much because then you have to process it and your body wants to repair all the damage that you've done all day. So the less you eat, it has time to turn that off and say, okay, I'm going to work. You've been a bad boy. Let me fix this. Let me fix that. And that is a necessity for the human body and the brain.
That's when I started doing intermediate fasting.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people say, I can't do that. However, for me, and maybe for you, it taught me how to eat. It taught me what time to eat.
Yes.
And also, it taught me, to let my body do what it needs to do.
That is correct.
Used to be a time I'm consistently eating eating,
Yep.
drinking, eating
Yep.
all night, 12, 1 o'clock, just eating, eating, eating. Then, I'm so sluggish and I don't know what to do and I'm steady gaining weight. You know, my body was in overdrive. That's like getting in a car and driving 100 miles an hour and just never stop.
Yep.
That's what you
right.
do to your body when you consistently keep eating and drinking all day, all night.
That's right.
You have to stop and let your body recharge and then try it again.
Yeah, it has to put everything back. All the damage that you've done to it, it is smarter than you. It is an organism, and it wants to live. Just like Corona wants to live, coronavirus wants to live.
And it's living.
Your body wants to live. And your job, the only job that you have is to take care of it. But that's not what we do. We're trying to kill it, and it's trying to compensate for all the stuff that you do. You have to wake up and say to yourself, how can I help my body? How can I make it better? You always got to pay your rent. You got to pay for your car note, and you got to take care of them kids. But if you don't have a body and a mind, how could you do any of those things? How is any of those things happily done? It's not. So that's why you have to change for the betterment of you, your children, and whoever is your significant other. It's important. And you'll see what people talk about, what love is and what happiness is when you find it within you through eating, proper eating. Now, we don't have to be
Will
perfect.
change it. For me, it changed my life. When I was on the extreme side of being healthy, I felt better.
Yeah.
My clothes, they fit better. I mean, I just overall from the inside out.
Yeah. It's funny that you'd say that. And even up to this day, I still remember when I was 260 and I was bench pressing 375, lifting 550 deadlifts, squatting 450. And I could do all those great things in the gym. But if I had to tie my shoelaces at that weight, I used to have to take a breath to bend down to tie my shoelacings. I swear, nobody knew it. I knew it. And I said to myself, Colin, you're a top-notch athlete in high school and college. This is wrong. This cannot keep up. And then I said to myself, I had to quit. I had to quit deadlifting. I mean, I'm back to it now after like maybe 10 years. But I had to stop doing all those heavy weights because I had to pull my stomach in and hold my breath to tie my shoelacing. And it pissed me off. And I said, okay, that's it. Red meat out, this gone. And started changing, reading, getting more knowledgeable. But it took a while. But I'm always disciplined about what I did, even in life. Even when at 260, I was disciplined to go to the gym and be the biggest sort of fat boy, but strong.
Yeah, but you still went.
Yeah, I was still in the gym. But there were things I weren't doing. I wasn't doing cardio and I wasn't doing abs.
Just straight weights.
Just straight weights all the time. And I see guys like that now, even young guys. And I'm going, yeah, that used to be me.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like for me, after I stopped being well-rounded, I would go to the gym. I would just do like the elliptical. Something that I'm comfortable with. And that's a big mistake because you get comfortable doing one thing and your body is like,
yes, you
forget about it.
You have to push it a little bit. And and you guys might hear me talk about running a lot because I really do like running. Let's understand this. Running gets the mile done faster. It doesn't make you lose a considerable amount of weight. If Nikki walks and I run, I lose 20 more pounds. 20 more, 20, excuse me. I would basically get the mile done faster than Nikki, but it's only 20 calories. 20 calories, you get on the treadmill, it's 5 minutes? So don't get it twisted where I have to run like Colin or whatever. No, you don't. You can walk and lose weight. You're just doing it a little bit longer, and it's only 20 calories. There's a difference, and that's not a lot.
Don't get discouraged by his journey.
Exactly.
We all have our own journey.
Yes.
The most important thing to do is to start.
Yeah, and I walk. I
to
mean,
start?
when I'm doing some of these long runs, I walk people. It's not that I run sometimes I run the whole thing, and sometimes I'm not in the mood. And I'm like, why am I am out here? It's, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
And that's the hard days.
So to be able to get started, whether it's walking, because if you're just starting, you're going to walk. You may walk 10 minutes a day. I started out 15 minutes.
Yes.
15 minutes a day. And then I said, you know what? I'm comfortable with the 15. And I just kept going up.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do, what you can do. Don't push yourself. And then you get discouraged and you don't want to do it again. Like right now, I'm kind of discouraged because my whole body is sore. But I know I'm going to keep going because I have goals. I have things that I need to do.
And talking about some of the foods that we spoke about, there's so many things that I've picked up of lately that people can use. Take pictures of your food so you can see what you're eating, so you could be happy with yourself. It's like a medal. Oh, look at this great meal that I had. And if you're eating a bad meal, take a picture of that too, to know, besides the fact that you have it in your mind, you could see it. Most people don't like to see reality. They like to keep it tucked away in their head. So some of those apps are out there. You could be your own app. Take a picture of every meal that you eat so you're accountable. It's just like your bank account. Nobody that I know, whether poor, middle, or rich, plays with their bank account. Don't play with your food. It's the same thing. You check your bank account, check your food.
Yes. And what about the last thing on the list is water? How much water should we drink? I heard different things. If you drink too much water, then you could, your levels of potassium can be off. So what do you suggest?
I normally go with 3 bottles of water, even for my 2.5-hour workouts, which sometimes is an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes of cardio. And that suits me. But in actuality, I do those 3 bottles in the gym, and by the time I'm done, I do another 2. So within a 3-hour span, I can have 5 bottles of water, sometimes 6.
If you're just starting out and if you're like I used to be and just hated water, I Coke,
did too.
Dr. Pepper all day, every day, juice, I don't care. I'm drinking anything but freaking water. However, I started to, I tried a little bit of the flavored water, but I've since taken myself from that because of the sugar that they use or the man-made sugar. We're going to get into that too. However, just take a bottle of water and sip on it.
Yes.
And then
intermittently as you're working out.
Yeah.
And then your body will take over and you will know that, hey, I'm feeling thirsty. I need a little bit more water. And as you go, because at that point, you're not training as hard and as tedious. So you want to certainly find good habits. So 1 or 2 bottles in the gym, and that's fine. You don't have to carry these big gallons. If you see the big bodybuilders and the body girls, they're carrying these big jugs of water. You don't have to do that.
To discipline yourself, if you're like me and you're a beginner, you haven't made it to the gym, you just kind of, okay, I'm going to start here.
Right.
I would suggest going to Amazon and ordering those water bottles, and it has like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or whatever.
Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
And you keep training yourself, okay, I got to go drink water, and then over time, it will come second nature to you.
Right.
And then you will get your water intake.
Right.
So that's how you can start. That's one way you can start.
That's correct. Because remember, your body's makeup is 60-70% water. It is like the world. Our bodies are connected to this earth. Most of the people that you see living on the planet is only in 20-30% of the planet. The rest is all water. Same with your body. Your body is 60-70% water. So you have to drink water to flush everything out. All the toxins, everything that's in your body, you have to flush it out. And while you're in the gym, it's a good time to start learning how to drink water. And then throughout the day.
Yes, water, water, water. The next step you can take as far as nutrition and you're starting your journey is you're going to have to meal prep.
Yes.
I brought one of those Egu like lunch kits,
yes,
the big one.
They're the big ones. Yeah.
Whatever I put in that bag, that's all I had for the day. So if Nikki decided to eat it all up in 30 minutes, Nikki's going to starve for the rest of the day because that's all the food my body required for that day.
Yes.
You can also nowadays they make dieting now your lifestyle change so easy because they sell like the containers. The ones I have like 1 cup, like 3 compartments. Each one is a cup, and I think the bigger one is like 2 cups.
Yes, it's so much easier. When I started, I had to fill up my bowls, and I had to cook Saturday and Sunday, and I didn't know how to departmentalize stuff. I didn't know, and that's why I took my journey a little bit longer, because I had to learn this by scratch. I mean, you got a lot of this stuff on TikTok and whatever that you can see, and I'm like, you know how many books I was reading at the time? I could have gotten a degree.
They make it
books
easy.
And books of reading to learn some of the stuff that Nikki's talking about. So after a while, it becomes second nature. So that's what you have to do. And once you start off small, you'll find out after a couple of weeks, you no longer have to follow this regime. You will know exactly what to do by just looking at it or thinking about it. It becomes second nature, but you have to start and do it on a consistent basis.
And one other important thing, once you get your igloo bag or whatever, your lunch kit, and you fill it full of healthy things to fuel your body, the next thing is, like Colin said, take a picture, but you can also do like a journal. My old trainer used to have us write a journal. She used to tell us, when you eat something and you feel bad, write it down.
That's right.
So you remember not to eat that again.
That's right.
But write down how it makes your body feel. For if you're a picture person, hey, take a picture of it. When you look at that picture, that's going to be a trigger for you. Hey, no, I can't eat that no more.
And to add to that, I would usually tell my clients when we're working out and the eating, write down to the bottom how you feel about this process. How do you feel about me? If you have to cuss me out, I don't care. Write it down so I could have a laugh and you could see how foolish you sound and how you're fighting the process of somebody and a thing that's going to help you be a better person. Yes. But that's what people do, and it's okay. And it's okay to laugh at yourself. Write the process down. I have it in my mind because I used to kind of hate writing, and I used to have to do it. And most people do. They don't like writing it down. Most people don't want to be accountable. I didn't want to be accountable. And when I started doing this, I'm a cusser. All I did was cuss. And when I look back up my notes, I'm like, oh, I got to stop cussing.
Okay, next question from nutrition, and then we're going to move on to the exercise. Meat or no meat? That is the question.
That's a big
Vegan
one.
Or just organic? Which one?
I'm on basically, I will eat meat once in a while. I'm not a big meat eater like I used to be because of what it does on how I train and for my athletics. But if you're not in touch with your body as I am, meat is very good for you. I will not discount it. Red meat, I don't eat red meat, but if that's what you like, you can eat it. But know this, when you go to a restaurant and you order a 6-ounce steak, 8-ounce and 12-ounce steak, it can take you 2 weeks for that to digest in your body. The human body is made in such a way that you can only eat 2 to 3 ounces of red meat on a sitting. Most people don't know how small a 2-ounce or a 3-ounce steak is because they don't sell it to you in a restaurant. They sell
I think 6 is the smallest.
They sell 6 is the smallest that they sell to you in a restaurant. So if you know that you're only eating 2 to 3 ounces, you just got started and you don't want to waste your time. So once I learned that, I stopped eating red meat. It was easy because I always wanted the 8 and the 12 ounce steak. And sometimes I went over. Again, I overdo everything.
It's for me, I'm kind of a mixture of both. Organic wise, I've learned to figure out what they fed the animal before I put it in my body.
Correct.
Red meat, I kind of, for me, for meat wise, I might eat chicken 2 days. I might eat turkey a day or two. And then I may have a piece of red meat. I may not. I no longer eat pork, period. I can't eat it anymore.
Don't eat pork. Don't eat red meat.
Processed foods. I don't eat any of that
processed
stuff.
food. I eat chicken. I'll do a lot of eggs, turkey, and sardines and tuna.
Heck, wow. Ooh, sardines. I eat them, but that's just a childhood trauma for me. Sardines, I love them, but oh.
I know. I do shrimp too.
Oh, you like shrimp?
Yeah. And I don't do much crab and stuff. And the interesting part, I come from a country where crab is abundant, and that's all we had. And like Nikki just said, she has childhood trauma. We ate crab every single day in Trinidad. So when I came to America, I ain't eating no more crab.
That's out.
Come to find out, it was a high-priced meal that we had every single day. And I'm like, ooh, we was rich, and I didn't even know it.
All right. So what about exercise? Exercise, getting that body going. What is proper exercise? You hear that all the time. Just the proper exercise and a proper diet. What is proper exercise?
It's complicated, and it's not. It's what you feel. And then you have to graduate. Usually with women, you need the muscles. Men have more muscles than women. So it doesn't matter how much weight that you press women, you can never look like a bodybuilder. Your estrogen, the way your body is made, unless you're taking steroids, it ain't happening. You could be in the gym 8 hours a day and lift all the stuff like a man. Without that, without that steroids, you're not going to get that body. So lift as a woman, lift heavy. Now, don't start off right away. You have to start off slow and graduate. How many reps? That could be up to you. Normally, if you're starting off with, say, 3 or 5 pound weights, do 8 to 10 reps. After 2 or 3 weeks, graduate the weight from 5 to 10 pounds to 7, if you can find it in the gym, which is pretty hard. 7, and then do, if you're using 10, do 12. And you carry the reps down, and you carry the sets down. But you have to combine your cardio with your weights. If you look at the gym and how it's set up, most gyms, all the cardio machines, you got all the women on every cardio machine. Mm-hmm. Then you look forward out into the gym, you got all the muscle heads and the wannabe muscle heads doing weights. So the guys are doing weights, the women are doing cardio. What you have to do is bring in both. You have to be a man and a woman. But in a woman's body, sexy, petite, and cute. But with no flabby arms, you got to do the weights. If you don't do the weights, that flab is still going to stay there. So as far as weights go, always try something different. The machines are there to assist you. When you get into a gym, they have to show you how to properly each machines. And now they have trainers, and they have the front desk, and they have managers. Some of them are sitting around doing nothing. If you don't know how to use a machine, go over there and put them to work for you. Tell them, look, how do I do this machine? You know, what's the purpose? And that kind of stuff. I'm sure you could read it, but ask him. Put them to work. They're sitting around doing nothing. So you want to know how to use each and every machine. And every time you go in there, be that person that you call one of the trainers. They're going to know, and trust me, they're going to know who you are after that because they don't want to work.
When you decide to get up and go to the gym, or you decide to take the journey of, you know, this exercising, I suggest that you do it with a purpose. Please don't just go to the gym. Oh, I'm gonna get on the leg machine, then I'm gonna get on the arm machine. And then your body is gonna be uneven, and I hate to say it, but you're gonna look a hot mess. Let me just put it out there. You're gonna look a hot mess. So be intentional with whatever you do. If it's a leg day, make that a leg day. Know your machines, as Colin said. What's good for this part of the body? Whatever you're trying to work on, educate yourself on that type of thing.
I see
That's
that.
why I stick with a trainer, because I don't know.
That I see. I even saw it
Yeah.
yesterday in the gym. I mean, I could see the newbies. People that's been in the gym a long time can see the newbies, and they do everything for 10, 15 minutes and go on to the next thing. Don't do that. If you're in the gym for the first day, just stay on the treadmill if you're going to go on the treadmill. Or if you're on the elliptical, stay on the elliptical. If you're on the bike, stay on the bike. Let your body get accessible to that. If you're going to do 20, 30 minutes, that's fine. Just stay there. But don't keep jumping, because what happens is you're stressing out your body because it's not balanced to begin with on the first machine. It's never going to be balanced on the second machine. And by the third time the third machine comes, most of the people I see are passing out. And I've seen people pass out doing that, and I'm going, but why? It's like you're going from one extreme to they're pretty much doing a Colin.
One extreme to the next.
Other. Yeah, just stay where you are for the first week or so. Get acclimated, get your mind right, get your thoughts. And like I do my finances when I'm running. I do my life and getting my kids together in my life and what I got them to do and what I want them to be and all that stuff while I'm running. Get your stuff right within that 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour just walking. And if you like, while you're walking, play with the incline and the decline. Go down, go up, go down and go up, but just get acclimated into that walking. And then when you're done that, do it for the next 3 or 4 days. And then if you think you're a superhero after that, the next week, do the treadmill, then do the elliptical. Or wait for 2-3 weeks and then do treadmill and elliptical. And then the bike as you get stronger and better. Because when a baby starts, he starts in milk. We don't feed him red meat right off the bat. You're going to kill the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you are. You're a baby. Even though you're a grown human being and you got aspirations and desires, slow it down, cowboy.
Walking is considered the number one exercise.
Yes.
Walking.
You've heard me. I'm going to keep telling you guys,
Walking.
even though I love running.
You don't have to run. You can walk
and lose weight.
Or you can be like me. You can trot. I call my running trotting. I'm not really running full speed. I'm trotting along, but I'm getting there.
As a long-distance runner and a runner of speed, that is the one thing that long-distance runners have to learn, is to trot. They have to learn. They have to do slow before they go fast. So don't think running is all fast. We have to do slow. So starting slow is not a bad thing at all.
And power walking. I would suggest power walking. And I run into a lot of women, and I was one of them at one time. When you go to like a stationary track, regular track or whatever,
track, yeah.
You walk around it 4 times. They say, oh, that's a mile. No. It depends on how fast you're walking. Mm-hmm. You could walk around that track 4 times and it'd be a half a mile, especially if you're walking slow. So you have to learn to pick your speed up little by little until you get it together. You can use the app, a walking app, to start off. So you can kind of see to the degree where you have to push your body. We can't stay comfortable. You have to come out of your comfort zone.
That's what I was just saying about the first week. First week, you get acclimated. Second week, you can get a little bit more. But by the third week, you're ready to go. This is your thing. This is who you are now. You're going. You got to do the weights. You got to do the pushing, the power walking by the third week. And we're not talking my kind of power walking or Nikki's. We're talking yours. Your power walking might be my just, crawl. But don't look at it as that. That's where you are now. That doesn't mean you're going to stay there. You are going to get better. Trust me on that one. Coming from a fat boy, well, also high school and college, but still, coming from a fat boy, it took a minute for me to get down to the 630 miles, 640 miles from 260 pounds. It's going to take you a little minute, but that's always how much you want to pay. Because the more you put out, the more your body is going to regress. And when you sleep and wake up in the morning, you're going to be pretty much going, what have I done? I'm not going to the gym today. And guess what? You're still supposed to go to do something. So you want to take it up? That don't mean you have a day off the next day until it's your day off.
Mm-hmm. But you do have to let your body rest. If you have to rest in between workouts, that's fine. But just don't stop. Don't say I'm going to walk on Monday and then, I'm going to go again maybe Sunday. It doesn't work like that.
Next thing, you older, and I am one of those older wannabe athletes. You need rest. We're not talking our American 4 and 5 hours sleep. Your body cannot repair itself from a hard workout, hard, stressful American life on a 4 or 5 hour workout. Your brain needs at least 4 to 5 hours to repair all the damage that you have done. So when you're an older runner or athlete or gym rat, past 40, you need 8.5 to 9 hours. If you're working out for 2 hours like I do and 2.5 hours, you need close to 10 hours sleep so you can repair yourself. I've done the math. I've done some workouts where I couldn't get up at all, even at my levels. And I'm going, what did I do? Next thing you know, I'm sleeping 10 hours a day like when I was 14 again. I'm going, wow. It's because the older you are, your body doesn't like these numbers. It does not like those high repetition. It does not like the high weights, especially when you're hitting 40s and 50s. And the guys that are 40s and going, Colin, you're wrong. I was 42, so I know I got away with a lot. But those 40s catch up to the 50s. And when you hit the 50s, the rest you didn't take in your 40s will come back to bite you.
So, on this journey, we have learned, first thing we're going to do is self-evaluate. Once you self-evaluate, you're going to start with your nutrition. What are you fueling your body with? What are you feeding your body? Next, you're going to get your little lunch kit. You're going to fill it full of nice, healthy things to eat for the day.
Nuts, fruits, vegetables, all the things your mother used to try to give you when you were younger. And for right now, try for the first couple of weeks to stay away from, they have certain breads that are ketones, bread and stuff that works, but try to stay away from the bread, the pasta, and the rice, and watch you drop the weight. And the reason why I say that is because it's like your bank account. If you see the bank is giving you 4 or 5% and you see an increase, you're going to keep putting money in that bank. Yes. You're happy. So if you lose 1 or 2 pounds, that's going to motivate you. But you have to help it. So if you stay away from the bread, the rice, and the pasta for the first couple of weeks, it'll show you how much weight you can lose. And once you start losing it, that will give you the energy to keep doing this. Now, I'm not saying totally stop all of it. You can bring it back later on. But it's a start because remember, you've had enough time eating bread, pasta, and rice. Let's give it a break for a little bit and see what happens.
So get your proper nutrition, exercise. If you just starting out, just take a walk. Maybe a walk to your mailbox or around your apartments and around your neighborhood.
Right.
Just take a brisk, I'm going to say brisk, walk.
Yes.
That's a start. And when you feel yourself, getting more healthier and you want to move on to the gym, maybe you'll get you a trainer, maybe you won't. Then you transition to the gym. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym to exercise. You can exercise around your home. You can look at videotapes on YouTube.
Yeah.
Exercise. Just get to moving. Move your body.
Yeah.
Your body needs it. And then the next step would be self-care. Self-care could be 30 minutes of walking. Like Colin said, while he's exercising, he is feeding his brain. He's thinking of things. He's sorting out problems. And I do the same thing. That's how I came up with this podcast. Yeah. I was walking and Confessions by Usher came on. I said, maybe I can get people to come on and talk. So, you just never know. But it's good for the body. It's good for the brain. Self-care, just the eating healthy, making sleep a priority. Everything Colin has suggested is imperative for every part of your journey.
Yes.
The sleeping, the eating, the exercising. And it's just important for your well-being and just your overall health, period.
That's correct.
Is there any other advice that you might give to someone that may be starting out? I think we covered
I think we
everything.
covered a lot. Unless we had a
The
newbie
only
in
thing
here.
you need to do now is just get up. So the last thing of this that I normally do is feed your spiritual muscle. So I pick 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 19 and 20. It says, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body." And the only thing I want to say about that is we've given you ways to take care of your temple. But society now, we more worried about what other people think, and we stay away from God. You know, we want to get enhancements in places that God wasn't intended.
He wouldn't even
If
recognize
he wanted
you.
all of us to look the same, he would have built us all the same. So honor your body with God. So next time you know, just think about that.
Yep.
Honor your body with God. And then the next spiritual muscle I want you to think about is, even Jesus took time out of the day to disconnect himself from healing and helping people and just constantly going. He took that time and he refreshed, recharged, and then he reconnected.
That's pretty much what I do when I get up and work out. I am disconnected from everybody and everything unless I have an issue going on in my life. And that's why I get up and take care of me first, is because I get away from the kids, the houses, the business, every single thing. So I believe it's therapy for me first to take care of me. Then I can deal with the world. There is nothing I can't deal with after that workout, because my workouts kick my butt sometimes so hard, and I have to calm down sometimes. And usually I calm down because I'm over the top when something starts hurting, which is not what I suggest anybody do. That's just what I do. And I am praying to God in so many ways to get up, to have me be there, to have me gone through diabetes and my little heart attack. When I say little, but my heart attack.
Little. No, I don't think
and
so.
being able to still be here. I am thankful. So every day I train like it's going to be my last, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and I want more. Especially now at this age, I'm seeing things so much clearer. Not that I didn't see it, I just didn't care.
I think that we should celebrate what our bodies can do in the moment, and what you cannot do. And that would, you would have to shift your focus on God in gratitude. God, I'm thankful I can pick this weight up. God, I'm thankful I can take these 2 or 3 steps. You have to practice that gratitude. That is good for self-care and your spiritual muscle. Just be thankful. Some people can't do half of the stuff that you think is little. Some people can't do it at all. So we have to practice being thankful.
Totally agree. And I do it every single day. And sometimes when I see those animals out there, I'm begging God. I'm begging God. I'm praying like you wouldn't believe. But I get through every one. And I'm talking over 20-something years. I've been, 24 years, 25 years in Houston. So it's been a minute now that I've been praying.
Keep praying and incorporate it all. Incorporate your spiritual side, and with everything that we suggested with the nutrition and the exercise. And just know, as self-care, if Jesus did it, then you can do it too.
That's what he was here for, to show you that he can do it, you can do it too.
And it's necessary.
Yes.
Necessary.
And let's not get so judgmental and some of the stuff that Nikki said and I said. If some of you are hard gym rats and no more, then this podcast ain't for you. But we're talking about people that are just starting and need a basic rundown. I just run-of-the-mill stuff. That's what we're trying to do. Get you acclimated, get you ignited, get you pumped up, get you ready to start. So for all you gym rats and, you doctors, this ain't for you.
it's not for you. Now, if you're that person that is still having problems getting started and you listen to this podcast and you feel like you're ready to go and you're unsure of the direction you need to go, I need you to go to internaleevolutions.com and book a discovery session. It's free. It's free. What are you going to lose? It's free. And I can help you to get you started with your journey. And I can also introduce you to Colin if need be. You need a personal trainer maybe. He's available as well. Well, I'm just making you available. But go to Internal Evolutions, internaleevolutions.com. And if you're listening to me, Spotify, Apple, please follow me. Please hit that follow button. I don't know if it's a follow or a subscribe or whatever it is. Just hit that button so you can continue to get all this good information. All right, everyone. You have a good week, and we'll talk again soon.